Hi everyone, this is IBK with TCLN Network. Now, before I get started, I want to address something. So, guys, there's been a young lady out there. I know that you probably seen the interview with Gayle King. So, Gayle King on CBS, Good Morning, she was able to interview a young songwriter. And this young songwriter, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. Hate in this world is real. Objectivity is real, but also personal views are very, very real, right? So this young lady has been all over TikTok, especially her music. Her music is basically based on TikTok. So if you've been on TikTok, you've probably seen somebody by the name of, I think it's Xani Monet. So this young lady is a songwriter. Her music is healing. It's this kind of music that it gets deep down in the soul. It gets deep down in the spirit, and it brings up, you understand what I'm saying? The things that is in the conscious, and it just helps heal, right? How was I supposed to know made it to the top of the charts? And it not only to the top of the charts, but it came up on other charts also. So she was interviewed on Gayle King, right? And so the name of her avatar, I'm sorry, is I can't pronounce it right, but I know it's spelled Xani Monet. And this young lady, you can tell her talent. This young lady is very, very talented. So you know her music is brilliant because there's nobody else out there on the market who has this music. Like, her songs are unique, they are original, and no one is singing like that, right? Most of the music out there is flop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, bend over, shake your boo-buns, slap it open, scoop it open, and all this so kind of stuff, right? So it's entertainment, but it's not really making what you would call the community better. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really have like this message to it to make people better, to make them a higher version of themselves, right? And so I was listening to her interview on Gayle King, and Gayle King said, so how do you feel about being at the top of the charts and all this kind of stuff? And she was like, I felt great, and when they called me, she was excited, right? And so then Gayle turns around and say, but you're not a songwriter. No, she says, but you're not a singer. And I could see kind of like the girl, she was kind of like twiddling her thumbs, right? But she was very confident. She stayed poised and she stayed confident. I want to say that this is what I want to say. I want to say that in order for you to write music like that, in order for you understand what I'm saying, to write that type of music. She reminds me of Adele. So Adele is a singer, right? But she's also a songwriter. And if anybody's ever heard of Adele music just brings you, it just goes in and it brings you out, right? And this is what I wanted to say. Some people are songwriters, but they don't necessarily hold a tune when it comes to the vocality. And then you have those people like Adele. Not only are they songwriters, but they can hold the tune. They have the gift of singing, right? And this is what I want to say to the public. When you write original music, you're not copying people, and your music is distinct, it is sound, and we know you're not a copycat. We know that you are genuinely writing that from your soul. Believe it or not, you are a singer. You just can't hold a tune. Oh, I'm going to say it again. I'm gonna say it again, because what people fail to realize, and I've written songs. I've never sold any and put it on the market, but I understand. I don't hold tunes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a singer, but I do understand in this intuitive thing. When you are a writer, you inside you hear poetry, you hear song, you hear rhythm, you hear tune. That's how you able to translate that music. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how you able to bring that music to life. Like if a singer is singing your song and it doesn't sound like what you what was on that page, you're like, that's not my song. That's not the rhythm. That's not what I heard. That's not the tune. When someone says you're not a singer, the truth is you don't sing by tune. You sing by hearing. That's why you're able to write it. So I wanted to say to that young lady, you get these people that come up against you because they didn't think of something first. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people, because Gail asked the question. Gail asked the question. A lot of people was like, and Gail too, she was like, well, how do you feel about people, having, they've been in this industry a long time. They've been trying to make their way. They've been singing all these years. And here you go at the top of the charts and you're not even a singer. Well, let me say this to you. The world doesn't reward you for being a singer, just like the world doesn't reward you for holding your own podcast or holding your own talk show, right? The world, number one, the world picks and chooses what it wants and what it don't want. That's number one, right? But number two, if the world chooses to reward you, the world rewards initiative. So for all the people who sit back and say, well, that's wrong because we've been struggling and we've been singing and we've been doing this. But you know what that young lady did different, guys? She didn't wait on the industry to give her anything. She didn't. She did not wait. When I study her, when I look at her, not only is she a brilliant songwriter, like I said, she reminds me of Adele. There's another lady out there. She's a Caucasian lady, a white lady, and her songs have such depth. I cannot think of her name right now, but she's wrote songs for Celine Dion. She's written songs for Whitney Houston. People don't understand, like, and that woman can't hold a tune, but she would get like brilliant singers to sing her songs. Like if you're not the top-notch singers, you're not touching her songs. I mean, this woman matches her talent with talent, right? But this young lady that was interviewed by Gayle King, she understood her time. You understand what I'm saying? She understood that this is AI and I'm a songwriter. I don't necessarily hold a tune, but I'm a songwriter and I have talent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an avatar. I'm gonna engineer the sound that I want. I'm not gonna wait on anybody. I'm gonna have this avatar sing my music. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna engineer these sounds, sing my music, and then I'm gonna put this stuff out there and see how people respond. And voila, people responded. But just as fast as people respond, it's just as fast as jealousy is looking for a way to tear you down. Now, people will praise you one minute and they will talk about you like a dog the next minute. You can look at Beyonce's life and see that. You can look at her child's life and see what they done to her child and know that, right? And when her child did her first performance, you know how people talked about her like a dog, So you have to understand that this woman decided that she wasn't going to wait on any industry to give her a hand. She gave herself a hand. Now, all the people who are gossiping about her, trust me, people are going to start following that blueprint. You understand what I'm saying? People going, instead of them saying, you know what? That is brilliant. I should have thought of that. Well, guess what? Nothing's stopping me. If she created an avatar, I can create an avatar. If she got her music on the internet, I can get my music on the internet, and I'm a singer and a songwriter, But people get jealous of success. They get jealous of success. And the problem is that we're in the time of AI, right? So when you do something, so she did something unique. She did her songwritings. All of those are her songs. She didn't steal from someone. It's her creation. Her avatar is her creation. Everything she put together is her creation. You might as well give the young lady her props and call her a producer, because that's basically what she is. She is a natural born producer. But if you study her even deeper, she's not just a producer, she's a businesswoman. You say, well, why would you say that, IBK? Because she understands that the music industry values beauty. They value a little sexiness. They value beauty. They value this. So when she put her avatar together, her avatar is a very pretty little young avatar, right? And she made sure she gave a little bit of an appeal, not something so ratchet, but a little bit of an appeal. But she made sure that that avatar sent out her message, not somebody else's songs, not somebody else's stuff, her message. Y'all, get it. People, all I can say is stop hating. And let me tell you why. Do you understand that the business world, high ups, societies, all of this have always had AI? AI has just been given to the public, right? Remember back in the day where we didn't have certain computers, only certain other people had computers. We didn't have the kind of computers that people have. Matter of fact, we didn't even have them in our homes if you've been living long enough. You understand what I'm saying? And then they finally, like Steve Jobs and all these people, made it accessible to the public. Now we have phones, we have this, we have that. We have so many ways that you can make money. So you're going to get upset with somebody. You're going to try to tear someone down because they thought of a brilliant idea. They said, I'm not going to wait on people to give me an opportunity. I'm going to create these songs. I'm going to create this avatar. All of this stuff is her creation. I'm pretty sure she had a little team and people help her put it together, but it's her ideas and it's her creation. So I just wanted to say all that to say, y'all don't knock the young lady, support her. And if you one of those people that you've been looking for an opportunity and you've been struggling for 15 years, do exactly what she done. Get your stuff out there. Well, she's at the top of the charts and her stuff is not even real. Her stuff is real, guys. She wrote it. Her avatar is real to her. She created it. Her sounds are real to her. She engineered it. And this is another thing I wanted to say to you. Do you not understand that when you a songwriter, just because you can't sing, that don't mean you don't know good singing. It doesn't mean that you don't know what a song sounds like. It doesn't mean you don't know what a tune sounds like. It doesn't mean that you don't know talent and you don't know quality. So in order for her to engineer all of the sound of her avatar and do all the things that she did, guys, just give it up for her. Give it up for her, guys. We got to stop all that I got to tear you down stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to tear you down. Hey, the world is not fair. Let me say that to you. The world is not fair. It's not. And there are people who are very talented. They're like myself. There are people who are very gifted, very talented, but for some reason, the world doesn't always choose us like that. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that just because the world didn't choose us, that we have to go be a hater. Don't tear down someone that you see done it. Maybe you can say, hey, that's a good blueprint. All of you songwriters out there, that's a good blueprint. You can create your own avatar. You can create your own things. You can engineer your own sounds. You can hire your own team. And guess what? You get to keep that stuff in your pocket when you do make money. You understand what I'm saying? So it's about initiative. It's not just, oh, who made it to the top, who didn't. How many people really can't sing? There are a lot of people who think they can sing, but what they can do is copy those who can sing. So let me give you an example. How many people copy Whitney Houston? Her tones, her inflections, Mariah Carey, all these different people, right? So they're good at copying. They're not necessarily a natural singer, because if that's the case, they'd be singing in their own voice. They're good at copying, but they want you to think that they're a singer. You understand what I'm saying? So you have all kind of stuff out here. You got copycats, you got this, you got that, but when someone has done something brilliant, we need to learn how to congratulate instead of hate. And that's what I want to say. Because that young lady, the songs and the depth of heart that she comes with when she writes that, trust me, she can hear the song in her. If you've ever written poetry and you've ever written songs, you may not be the person that can hold tunes. Some people write great poetry, but they too shy to get up and say it out their mouth. It don't even translate right? But that doesn't mean they don't hear it from the inside. Always remember, a songwriter is nothing but a singer inverted. They hear it, they bring it to fruition. They may get the person with the voice to sing it. She just got her avatar to sing it. So congratulate the young lady. She's more than just a songwriter. She's a producer. She's a thinker. She's innovative, and she understands her time. She understands this is the time of AI, and I'm going to take advantage of her. So I would say to the young lady, I don't know your full name, but I do know this. Your avatar, because we see it all on TikTok, your avatar is, I think it's Xavier or Xania or something like that, Monet. Congratulations to you, young lady. Congratulations to you. And may God bless you more and more and more. And I will give you this piece of advice. Don't change for people. Don't start out blessing your audience with healing, with grace, with goodness and good things that help lift them up, and then start becoming ratchet. Just start doing ratchet stuff and making your avatar do ratchet stuff. I would say stick to you. That's what made you you, and that's what people loved you about. You understand what I'm saying? Because you bring that healing component. You bring that goodness. So do you and be you, and let the world hate, and then the lovers who love, let them love. That's what I had to say at the beginning of this show, and we're going to dive into what we going to be talking about today, which is Attorney General Letitia James.